Hey there, you me and DC fans, and welcome if you are new. I am the stepson of Krypton, coming to you today with Absolute Superman number 12. You see, we got a massive Ra's al Ghul kind of overshadowing Superman there. So, going to be a good issue. Don't want to waste a whole lot of time. Let's just go ahead and get on into it. All right, guys. So this issue starts off immediately tugging at our heartstrings as we are back in Smallville. We are back at the hospital in the memory care unit with good old Ma Kent. Now, if you remember from the earlier issues, good old Ma Kent has dementia and she's kind of slipping in and out of her memories. She mentions the red storm that just blew through town and is so excited she must get it ready for him, her angel. And just like that, he doesn't even remember what she was saying. We then head over to the tall grass prairie where the red dust storm that we saw at the end of the last issue, the same one that Martha saw, is none other than Cal and Soul. Except this time, they are carrying some passengers, Jimmy and Lois. Soul, doing what he always does, kept Cal from making a mistake and forgetting who he is. So it brought him back to the last place he felt safe. Smallville. Flashing back 5 years now, we are going to the Philippines at the Mayon volcano, where Cal is sitting at the edge of the crater, feet dangling, having an argument with Soul. After what happened at the Kent farm, Cal wanted nothing to do with humans and wanted to live the solitary life. But Soul reminds him that neither human nor Kryptonian was meant to live alone. Cal's quick to point out that he is never alone. His Kryptonian Alexa is always with him. With Soul's interstellar capabilities being depleted on the trip to Earth, this, for better or worse, is their home now. And they must learn to adapt to life here and its people. And one way is by making sure your personal aroma isn't too pungent. I think it's time for a bath. And Cal jumps on into the volcano. Now, for those of you who take scalding hot showers, I have to imagine this is kind of what it feels like. Cal and Soul continue walking. Well, to be fair, Cal's doing all the walking, but Soul's there. And it's time to figure out where to go and what are we going to do. With Cal's abilities and intellect, the world could be his oyster. But for a son of the Red Lands of Krypton, there's only one place for him in the sun. So, what does a man with superhuman abilities do? Work the sugarcane farms, of course, working harder and faster than any others with no breaks, no need for water or food as his body is being flooded with solar radiation from our young star. But maybe it's absorbing too much, as even it seems a simple touch from a nice lady had caused burns to her hand, and she was just trying to offer him water. The lady, having fallen to the ground from the pain after touching Cal's hand, quickly attracts the attention of the peacemakers. A quick but forceful blow to her face, causing her to bleed, also causing Cal to step in, trying to stop another hit from the peacemakers. He rips off the arm with literally no effort, causing a scene which then Soul quickly needs to remove him from. Moments later, we find ourselves on Nungar Punsam in Bhutan, the world's tallest unclimbed mountain, which actually in real life is the world's tallest unclimbed mountain, not just in this comic. Cal is visibly upset that he injured the man, worried that he can't control his own strength. His powers on Earth multiply every day with the solar exposure. But maybe he doesn't need to. Maybe they should die, he's thinking. Thankfully, Soul is there for guidance. Soul continues to try to explain to Cal that this is not how his parents lived and that he is only there to protect him. But his anger is overtaking him and he just needs some time to himself. Soul tells him he deserves his solitude, and we see Soul form a red crystalline structure around Cal. And my immediate thought was it looks very similar to James Gunn's Superman Fortress of Solitude, just red because it's Soul. And then back in the present now, we see Cal breaking out of his fortress, so to speak, and we get a quick glimpse of Brainiac as Soul asks Cal if he's well, and he takes to the sky looking like a phoenix. We then switch over to the Smallville steak shop and we see Jimmy and Lois trying to get some food, but they don't have any money. So they are willing to wash some dishes to get said food. But the people remember that Lois is part of the Lazarus group. And just as it looks like things are going to get worse for Lois and Jimmy, the waitress brings them some food. They know who Superman is and what he has done, and they are grateful. And they know Lois and Jimmy helped save him, so they will help them. Even the other diners are offering to pay for their food and pay for their lunch and cover dinner and anything else they need. We found out that that waitress is none other than Lana Lang. We see Cal back at the Kent farm, and he and Soul have a heart to heart. Soul tells Cal that he failed him, that he was not the community that Cal needed, that, for all these years, Cal's had to be on the run and be solo. And then Cal tells Soul, after 6 years, he can certainly say Soul was wrong. He has never been without protection or guidance or community, and he was never alone. Cal thanks Soul and welcomes him to the L family, his big brother from Krypton. Soul, seemingly almost speechless, starts to say something, but then is interrupted by Lois and Jimmy bringing Cal some food. And of course, Cal, to the dismay of Jimmy, tells them that he doesn't really eat. And then, of course, he apologizes to Lois for the death of her father. And it's here that they are finally properly introduced. As formal greetings all around take place, they get introduced to one more person, sort of. They meet Soul as the cape comes out in a storm of red dust. Lois is quick to point out that they need to keep moving. Raish is still coming for him. And right on cue, Cal hears him. Turns out, Raish is already here, Cal says. And we see Raish and Talia in an attack chopper heading into Smallville. And Raish is informing Talia they're to go scorched earth on Smallville to bring out Superman.
I am talking scorched earth, motherfucker! I will massacre you! I will fuck you up!
And his super rage, his alien fury. Once that happens, Raish will handle his baptism for becoming the son of the demon. And then we kind of get the whole picture as we see the Smallville sign crushed. Smallville is being invaded by the Lazarus Corp with a massive army of tanks, choppers, and large mechs, which will lead us to the next issue, Smallville Under Siege. All right, guys, that wraps this issue. Definitely a really, really good issue. I like that we're finally actually getting them to see the personal side of Cal. They finally got properly introduced, and they're able to actually communicate. However, as all the other times, very, very short lived. I love where this series is going. I'm excited. We know we're going to be getting a crossover with at least a few of them, because if you were following along with the rest of our Absolute series, you'll know that in the Green Lantern and several others, that they're already talking about the Lazarus Corp and about this person, Cal, obviously. So I'm excited to see where we're going to go with that. Let me know down in the comments, how do you feel about the Superman series? Is it your favorite? If it's not, which one of our Absolute series is? And if you've made it with me this far, you might as well go ahead and give the video a like, subscribing to the channel, and having your bell notifications clicked, because we've got the new Absolute Evil just came out. Mantis will be bringing you a video on that. We also have the DCKO event that's getting ready to start. That's heating up from the Justice League Unlimited universe. There will possibly be a crossover. So if you have the bell notifications clicked, you will get alerted when we have those new videos out, guys. And to keep this video as short as possible, that is going to wrap it for me on this issue of You, Me, and DC. Until next time, guys, I'll see you then.